So I want to make this video clear. If you do not support diversity in movies, I don't know what to tell you. It's important. I'm going to explain why. But if you're also just someone who is homophobic, racist, any of those things, get off this video now. Just get off. Ta-ta. See you later. Here's why I believe diversity matters. First of all, I don't think the way people handle it is the best, but I do think it matters and is important. The first step is this: understanding the difference between forced diversity and actual diversity. Forced diversity is simple. It's diversity that's forced onto something, right? Like, let's say in a certain movie, they were going to have a black person, but they decided, no, let's have, or no, sorry, they were going to have a white person, and they decided, let's have a black person in this role. And, and, and then every point with the black person in the movie is drawing attention to the fact that they're black. Someone told me once that so that's forced diversity. So, but next point is here. Someone told me once that if you it's cool that there's like a black Spider-Man because kids can because a black kid could look at that kid and be like, that's my Spider-Man, which I think is cool. But the other thing I want people to understand is this: you do not need someone to look and be exactly you in a movie for you to relate to them. Like, that's just a bullcrap thing. Like, Spider-Man is a character everybody can relate to. The creator of Spider-Man has said that. So that's just not me talking out my ass here. The creator of Spider-Man says anyone can relate to Spider-Man, and that's why he believes the character is so successful. That's a statement from him. So you're arguing with the creator of Spider-Man at that point. So I don't think it's necessary for people to see people who look exactly like them in movies. However, it does help. Okay, because for example, I watched the show BoJack Horseman, and I saw a Ace character in the show. Now, if you don't know, I'm Ace, but I watched the show, and it helped me realize that about myself, and I didn't know that, and it helped me understand that. And that is the importance of representation. And, well, that's one of the reasons it's important. There's multiple reasons. I'm not going to go over every possible reason in existence, but I'm just going over the ones I think are most important to talk about and what I believe. It can help people understand themselves, because we do live at a time where the LGBTQ community is very they're still very scrutinized. Like, yes, they're more publicized, and yes, we're in Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, by the way, and we appreciate those things, but they're still very scrutinized. And so, there are a lot of kids, adults even, who grow up in areas or around people who are homophobic, and they don't know how to get the help they need because it's still not very public enough to really know how to do those types of things. And they don't know how to do that. So, they think that they're this, but they're not really sure. And maybe some piece of media can help them understand that about themselves. And that is something that um, we need to not just counter. Like, that's something important. I know a lot of people don't like LGBTQ representation and stuff, not just because they're homophobic, but they believe, like, I've heard people say, it's like, it's in, especially kids, they're trying to scrutinize kids. No, like, they're not, nobody, I will just tell you this: no LGBTQ person thinks that by putting a gay character in a kid's show, an non-binary character, a character who's bi, whatever sexuality, they don't think they can turn your kid gay. No one believes that, unless they're crazy. What they believe by putting that kind of representation in media is to show people, hey, do not be homophobic. Especially at a young age, you want to teach them that, because kids grow up in homophobic households. They do. Whether you think so or not. Um, and I don't care what you say, that's a thing. Like, it is a very bad thing that kids grow up in those households. But having this types of media that says, hey, this is okay for not saying you have to be like this or you are like this. We are saying that this is people. These are people. Same thing with black people. I'm not saying like, there a lot of people grow up in racist households or things like that when they're young, and and being shown, hey, this person is a person like me. In most shows with gay characters or like black characters, the white is not treated better than the black. Or the like, they're treated as equals. That's why that kind of representation is there. And if it's not that way, then it's bad representation. Same thing with LGBTQs. I see all kinds of shows where straight relationships are treated just as legitimately as non-straight relationships. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. It's sad that there are homophobic people who do believe that they're turning their kids gay, because no one believes that. No one believes that. Like, it's clear that none of these people talk to those types of people. They're just afraid of it. So that's why they think that. And they've come to this reason without even talking to a normal person who believes that. Or who doesn't believe that or whatever. But the next thing I also want to talk about is the fact that, the other thing I want to talk about is this. People are still very ignorant about people and unwilling to learn about people. And this is just true. We all have our prejudice, things like that. A lot of us are not going to go do reading and research and stuff like that. We're not. A lot of people don't do that. If you are able to watch a movie and learn more about Japanese culture, Chinese culture, whatever, then that is a good thing that movie is doing. If more people are willing to learn about something, if they're interested in something that's entertaining. And let's just face it, movies are entertaining. That's why I believe that stuff's important. Diversity is also important because it allows people jobs. If more people, it's always been a thing, movie and industry and acting, it's always been a male dominated field. There are very few female directors, and that's something we need to employ more, and that happens more, and that's great. That's great thing to happen, that all this stuff is happening now. There being more female directors and stuff. But once you show that, hey, this female director can come in here and make this profitable, more female directors who probably were afraid to come into this industry are now more comfortable with it. If a certain actress is able to be successful, more women are like, yeah, I want to try acting. More more things like that happen. Diversity is important because it helps people understand things about themselves. It helps people become less and less homophobic or racist or more understanding. It also helps, it also helps, show, that certain people, hey, you can do this too, and it's not just the males that work here, or the white people work here, or the straight people work here. You can do this and make it work, and that's what I think is important to do with LGBTQs and all this diversity stuff. I know I talked more about LGBTQs, but a lot of the stuff you could apply to any other group. I think that's why it's important. Diversity is a very important thing, and everyone should learn to grow a tolerance for it. Because I know there are people who do not like the forced diversity we see nowadays, and I agree with that. But when these people come out and say, hey, this doesn't matter, you need to shut the hell up, because it does. There are people who want to be represented in media and need to be represented in media for a reason. You know, I feel good when I watch a character in a movie that's similar to me, even if it's just something like that character loves movies a lot. And I feel good because I'm like, yeah, I do love movies a lot. And that's just like a feeling that's good to have. And I don't know why some people don't want other people to have that kind of feeling or a cool thing about it. You know, I don't know why some people are like that, but that's the truth of the matter. We just need to grow tolerance for this kind of thing and accept that diversity is important and we need to start striving to reach better diversity than we do. Because I'm not saying what we do now is perfect at all, but I am saying we can definitely do better, but it's going to take a long time, and people need to understand why it's important so we can do this too. So that's the point of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it.